Welcome to Programming and Problem Solving using Python. This is Rishikesh. In last session, we started with iterative statements in Python. We saw what is iteration and we also saw first iterative statement, that is while. So today we are moving forward and we are going to look at for loop. So yesterday we saw how while loop works and today we are going to see how for loop is working in Python. So for loop is basically used for traversing through the sequences. We know that in Python we have different sequences, like we have list, we have tuple, we also have dictionaries. So for traversing through list, tuple or dictionary, we use this for loop. But rather than this, we can use for loop for just like a while loop also, using some functions to create our own sequence. Let us have a look at the flowchart for loop. So first we initialize it, then we test some condition. If condition goes true, then we execute some statement, then we increment or decrement, and otherwise if condition goes false, then we exit the for loop. One thing to notice here between while loop and for loop is that in while loop we increment or decrement our variable exclusively, but in for loop it is inclusive. Increment or a decrement is inclusive in for loop, so that is the main difference. Now let us write some code using for loop. So here we are going to write the same program that we had written for the while loop. So it was very simple program of printing the table of a number, which number is taken from user. So here I am going to create a variable. Now what we are going to do, we are simply printing table. So now I am writing the for loop. So for that purpose we are using this for. Then again I want another variable, so for that purpose I am using this I. Now let us write a code properly and then I'll explain. So for I, then in, then range. Okay, and now we want to table from 1 to 10, so range is 1 to 11. Okay, so now I have completed the for loop statement. Okay, now understand each element one by one. This is for loop, for keyword. Next one is the I. So what is the function of I? Now it is denoting the element in a sequence. Okay, and this in, it is a membership operator. This membership operator is responsible to check whether I is in range, that means whether I is in sequence of this. Okay, so what is this range? So this is a inbuilt function. We have passed here only two parameters. First parameter is the starting parameter, then this is the end parameter, and this last parameter it can take, it is a step parameter. That is, suppose we are giving 1 to 11 and the step is 2, that means from 1 it will go to 3, then 5, then 7, and so on till it is 11. Okay, but one thing to notice here is that 11 is not considered, it will only go up to 10. Okay, so 11 is excluded here. So this is how this range function works. So we have a sequence, we have created this sequence from 1 to 10 using this function. Then we are using this membership operator to check whether our I is in that sequence or not. So this is our full condition. Okay, now using this condition, if this condition goes true, then what we are going to print, then we are printing num, then string, and in that string I am going to pass this star. Okay, then num multiplied by I. Okay, so I is the data that we will get from this sequence which is created by this range function. So num multiplied by I, then again I am going to write this symbol as a string. Okay, and at the last we will print the product of num and I. So we have written here the same print statement that we had written in while loop. Okay, but the only difference is now we are using this uh, for loop, and this is our program for printing a table. One thing to notice here that I told earlier, that in for loop, increment or decrement is inclusive. We don't have to specify increment or decrement exclusively. Okay, so we do write that part in while loop, but in for loop it is inclusive, so there is no need to write increment or decrement of any variable. The variable that is going under incrementation is I, so we are not incrementing it exclusively. This whole line will take care of that. Okay, so our program is done. Now let us save this code, and I am going to run this. So enter an integer, so again 5, and here we go. Here is our full table of 5. Now let us check range function. For that purpose I am writing the for loop again. So for, then the variable that we want to print, that is I, then membership function, that is in, then the function again, inbuilt function range, and then here you can see the range function, how it works. It takes three arguments: start, stop, and a third one is step, and by default step is 1. So if we don't write step, then it is considered as 1. Okay, so now for I in range, let us say 0, then we are going till 10, so 11 will be excluded, and then step is 3, let us say. So printing now I. Okay, saved, and here we go, 0369. Okay, this is how a range function is used. It creates the sequence, so it created the sequence of 0369. So the sequence contains four different elements, 0369, and the distance between each element is of 3, because the step that we have given here is 3. And this is how the range function in for loop is used. So I hope you got all the point for loop today. So this is for loop syntax and example. I hope you understood both for loop as well as while loop. So we are done with our most part of iterative statements. Stay connected till the end of the course. Thank you.